What's going on? Welcome back to 100% NUFC. Sharky speaking. I hope you're all doing really well. So I do apologise that there's no intro or no outro for this review. That's because I've got it out really quick and I've got a lot on during the week, so I've not had a chance to get on the laptop and edit the video properly. But I just thought I'd get out me quick thoughts of yesterday's game against Arsenal at StJames'Park. Now, we're lost by 2-1, unfortunately. It was a game of two halves. One team took theirs and the other didn't. We didn't take our chances and Arsenal did. Now, if you enjoy the review, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see the matchday experience. Check out my channel, 100% NUFC on YouTube. Also, I'll leave a link down below in the description so you can go follow that. It's a full day of the match. You know, talking to the fans, there was a fan protest and obviously the goals from the game and the reaction. Now, saying it was a game of two halves, Rafa Benitez made some interesting changes to the team for the lineup against Arsenal. The likes of Isaac Hayden came into Jonjo Shelvey, which I was very confused about because Jonjo Shelvey is by far one of our best players at the football club. You know, did he have an injury or was he just not favoured for the game? I was very confused. Many of our big names were missing. You know, Rondon was playing for Venezuela in the week, so he didn't really start until the second half. We persisted. You know, with Jose Perez and Joselu. Jamal Lascelles obviously picked up an injury at half time, which was very interesting. We really missed him going into the second half. But anyway, let's talk about the first half. Arsenal, for me, just didn't get started. You expect Arsenal, with the quality that they've got, to take the game to her. You know, they're too unbeaten. They didn't. They just sat back. But I could see the game plan of Unai Emery. He wanted Arsenal to just sit back, let us sort of take the pressure to them because we're the home team. And then what they'll do is they'll pick off sort of towards half-time, the second half, and the game plan works for them, of course, going into the second half. But, you know, we had a lot of the ball, a lot of possession. We definitely pinned them back towards the Leazer's end and we just couldn't make the most of our chances. We had a lot of set-piece situations where Matt Ritchie was putting corners in, free kicks in, and we could have done with someone like Rondon, who's got, you know, the power of his head. He's quite built up to finish set pieces, and for me, Joselu and Perez just don't do it for me. They're not strong enough, they're not tall enough to finish chances, and Arsenal aren't exactly the tallest at the back, and we missed out on a massive opportunity in that first half when we were creating opportunities, and Arsenal were in 6s and 7s. Petr Cech, you know, was all over the place. His kicking wasn't exactly amazing. Obviously, he got better in the second half, of course, when Arsenal upped the tempo. But I always had that gut feeling. I was talking to some fans, and they were even saying that because we haven't taken our chances, Arsenal will come out in the second half and create problems, and they did that. And I had that sticky feeling at the back of my head that they would, and they did. Going into the second half, Arsenal took the lead on the 47th minute through Granit Xhaka from a free kick because we just didn't get started. We just didn't show the same tempo. Obviously, Kieran Clark came in for Jamal Lascelles because he pulled up in the warm-up. And then it was sort of the free kick that they had should have been prevented. It was a brilliant bullet free kick into the top right-hand corner. Dubravka had absolutely no chance. You could question the wall, question the marking, but they've scored. Arsenal have got the quality, and you're 1-0 Arsenal, and you expect us to try and react. You know, with a home team, and the atmosphere was just flat. But then the team just didn't help themselves. There was no sort of game plan going forward. It was all Arsenal pushing us back towards the Leazers. We just didn't attack. You know, we were shooting on our best end, which is the Gallagher, and Arsenal 10 minutes later scored a second through Mesut Ozil. He had a free shot inside the box, put it in the bottom left-hand corner, and it's 2-0, and yeah, it's definitely game over because we just didn't show anything in terms of attacking quality, and their quality is certainly shown. You know, Mkhitaryan had far too much of the ball for me. You look at Granit Xhaka, far too much of the ball. There was nobody picking up anybody, nobody was marking anybody, and you look at Lacazette, Aubameyang, they've got pace to burn, and they had far too many opportunities. You know, that they could easily have been sort of 4 or 5-0 up by the 70th minute. Rafa made some changes. He brought on Rondon and Mutu, but it was just far too late in my opinion. Perez just didn't do enough in the game. There was no service to anybody, and it was just the most boring second half I think I've ever watched, and I just couldn't wait to leave. Yes, we did get a goal late on in the 90th minute to pull it back to 2-1, and we had a glimmer of hope when Kieran Clark scored a good header, which he couldn't miss, from a few yards, and it was 2-1. But for me, Arsenal just seen out the game professionally. And this is what the top teams do when they did that. And so fair play to them. You know, they've got 3 points yet again. That's 3 unbeaten for Arsenal now. Obviously, they've done the wrongs that last season right for this season. and they've got the 3 points, so fair play to them. It's back to the drawing board for us yet again. That's, 1 point in 15 available. That's us now 19th in the Premier League table. Something's got to change. We've got to start playing two up front. We've got Crystal Palace at StJames'Park. That's not going to be an easy game. They've just come off the back of a 1-0 win against Huddersfield at the Johnson Stadium, and then we've got Leicester at home, which, yes, okay, they lost against Bournemouth, but that's no easy team to play against, and no game or any fixture in this Premier League is easy. This is the second season syndrome for us. We're going to be judged on staying in the Premier League this season, with the stature of the football club, but the lack of investment is surely shown. Rafa Benitez was promised money from Mike Ashley, and he hasn't done that. The protests, it's all sour at the club at the minute, and something's got to change, because the longer it keeps going on, and if Rafa Benitez doesn't get the money in January, then he's going to be away. There's no reason why Rafa Benitez would want to stay. Or what he would probably do is probably stay till May, and then he'd be off, because he doesn't owe anybody money, and you don't blame him. I just think at the end of the day, the club's in a mess. Something's got to change. And yes, the fixtures have been tough. I'm not going to, slate Rafa Benitez. I have in a couple of the games where we played 5 at the back, but I liked how positive he was. It's just the lack of quality in the team. We could only hold out for 45 minutes. We couldn't show the same tempo in the second half. Arsenal have got the quality we don't, so fair play. They'll go into the next game full of confidence, and Rafa Benitez has got to speak to the lads and sort of analyse what happened, and it's another defeat. There's not a lot we could do about it. We've just got to move on. I walked out disappointed, but then at the end of the day, we're playing a top 6 team in Arsenal. I could understand if we're playing like a Huddersfield, or we're playing a Fulham, or we're playing a Crystal Palace, or someone like that at home, and we'll get beat like that. Know that we've dominated. But hey, we can't change anything. My man of the match for anyone in a Newcastle shirt yesterday, probably Dubravka. But apart from that, it's really, really hard to say. But like I say, let's just stay positive. I believe we're going to stay up this season. Of course, we've got all the tough fixtures out the way. You never know, if we get a result against Crystal Palace on Saturday at StJames'Park, things could change. Things can change. Things can only get better. And that's all I can say on the matter, really. If you like the review, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button as well. I'm very close to 1,500 subscribers. So if you can go along and subscribe and help us out, that'd be massively appreciated. Like I say, I do apologise about the bad editing on the video. I will be back with a proper video, of course, on Thursday. Your Premier predictions for week number 6. And like I say, if you enjoy that series as well, there will be another one on Thursday, like I say. But anyway, it's been a bit of a ramble. I wanted to get out the review before it's too late. And yeah, let's just stay positive. It wasn't to be. Disappointing, a game of 2 halves. And we'll move on. Anyway, it's been Sharky. Follow us on Instagram, 100% NUFC. Also follow us on Twitter, 100% NUFC. And I'll catch us all later. How are the lads?